Welcome to Dwarven Forge. This is everything you need to know about our terrain in 60 seconds. Ready? Let's go. We hand sculpt our pieces for maximum detail and artistry, infusing passion into every millimeter of our work. Everything is available beautifully hand painted so you can start playing right away. Or you can choose unpainted to paint everything yourself. Our pieces are completely modular so you can use the same sets to create a new adventure every time. Most pieces have embedded anchor magnets that affix to our terrain trays for secure building, and for revealing rooms as your players discover them. We create everything out of Dwarvenite, our top secret PVC formula that's nearly indestructible. We pack our pieces with as many features as possible, such as swappable LEDs to quickly change the look of your scene. We offer magnetic accessories to add flavor or increase the danger. A 1-inch tactical grid is sculpted into our floors, hidden in dungeon flagstones, natural rocks, or sticks and plants. In addition to sculpted pieces, we make terrain trays to use as a vibrant graphic base for your build. We offer a range of environments, including dungeons, caverns, cities, castles, sewers, forests, mountains, streets, burrows, ice, and hellscape. And that's just the beginning. We have a passionate fan base who can tell you all about it. And that's everything you need to know about Dwarven Forge in 60 seconds.
The games we play are the stories we create.
The fortress doors swing open.
Every story is unique.
And the sound of war drums rises.
Sometimes our stories come to us when we least expect them. We need to be ready no matter where inspiration strikes. And sometimes our stories are told over great distances. No matter where your journey leads you or how your story is told. The games we play are the stories we create. Sirenscape can help make yours epic.
Sirenscape is searchable, fast, and customizable from any device with no need to pre-install any sound. Adding epic atmosphere to your game has never been easier.
Imagine do I fit into in Middle Earth?
Do you miss playing Dungeons & Dragons, or just have a hard time finding a group in your hometown? Maybe you just wish you could play more. On Discord, we created a community of over 100 people who are playing D&D around the clock.
I'm Noggins.
Botzi.
Cece.
Piotr Strong Shield.
Katarina.
Elder Sidivar Baba Negra.
Tayel. Daria.
Kostas Morach.
Elros.
Falfar Softfoot.
Ketis White Spine.
That's my reindeer.
Misery Cordelia.
Chardani Gulril.
Body.
Bragar Iron
Thomas. Nabuti.
Dimitri.
Shalara.
Barf Battlebrain.
Anatomic Scrymite.
Shortleaf Frudari.
Warren Greenstead.
Melina Lee.
Sesh Morsis.
Malachi Dupraki.
Saras, Scholar Life Forger.
Travas.
Tamazar.
Ezmerelda Ambershake.
Elder Waddleby.
Dustin Morsis.
Morgan Reagan.
Maxa Kitty.
Sterling.
By integrating Discord and D&D Beyond, we're able to provide an immersive experience that is the first of its kind. You can create a character from 1st to 15th level, and then roleplay 24/7 in our Discord channels, while combating monsters, crafting weapons, training new skills, and searching for items across our campaign world. You'll also have the chance to participate in random combat encounters and go on monthly virtual quests. Ever wanted to try your hand at being a Dungeon Master? Or maybe you're an experienced Dungeon Master and just want the chance to run more adventures. As a community DM, you can run encounters and virtual quests for the community based on monthly modules written by our very own accomplished plot team. Join us.
Join us.
Check it out.
Join the Discord.
Join us.
Join us.
And let's create incredible stories together. Hello and welcome to episode 16 of Into the Mist. It is our official Curse of Strahd campaign. We're nearing the end of our season, and it's I almost said series, not quite yet. You guys aren't free yet. Want to do a couple of quick announcements, and then we'll jump right into all of the action for this evening in the Amber Temple. Want to thank Dungeons & Dragons, of course, the incredible company that created this awesome game that we know and we love and we play on a weekly basis. Want to also thank our first main title sponsor, Hero Forge. Hero Forge is an incredible online tool for creating miniatures and little icons and avatars and such for your tabletop gaming experiences. You can check them out at heroforge.com. Also want to thank Beetle and Grimm's. They create premium box set experiences for your tabletop gaming needs. We use a lot of the stuff from the Curse of Strahd box, Legendary Edition, as well as Van Richten's as well. And they are incredible and want to thank them for their support. You can check them out at beetleandgrims.com. Also want to thank Sirenscape. They are an online tool for adding mood and ambiance to your tabletop games. Dude, honestly.
I wasn't even in the shot.
I know, but you did a long grab so that your fingers can be. Anyways, it's all good. Sirenscape.com, check them out. They're amazing. They're awesome. Sirenscape.com/RealmSmith to let them know that we sent you. Big announcement tonight. I will also be joining, because one D&D cruise wasn't enough, I will also be joining Satine's Quest as a celebrity DM. Officially, very excited, super thankful and honored to join all of these wonderful people on that cruise, including our very own Noura Ibrahim as celebrity DMs. That is happening in May. You can check them out at satinesquest.com. And I'm very, very excited. And it's going to be amazing. We are also going to be at PAX Unplugged. We are going there actually more so just to business development, network, and hang out. So if you are going to be at PAX Unplugged, please make sure that you send us a message on our Discord or through our socials to let us know that you will be there. And we'd love to say hi in person, because that is always a lot of fun. We just released our new guide to the Vistani, one of the last final guides for the season. You can check it out on our Patreon and on the Discord. For those of you that don't know, our Discord is a place where you can go and check out all kinds of RPG information and conversations and all that great stuff. But also, you can jump into our roleplay server and play Vistani as part of our campaign world, which include the cast and the live stream and all of that stuff as well. In fact, the Vistani even craft items for our cast that they use in-game. It's a lot of fun, super interactive, and all you need to do is go to patreon.com/RealmSmith in order to join the Discord as a Vistani and be able to dig in. We released a new guide, and amazingly enough, our Technomancers, who are the folks that do all the code for us to tie in with Avre, D&D Beyond's kind of D&D bot for Discord, they've created the ability to automatically enchant, gather, and craft items in our server. So every time you do it, it adds to a daily total, so that when you get there, it finally says, congratulations, you've done it. So no longer do you have to manually record all of your crafting needs. Freaking awesome. You also can sell items now using Avre, amongst other wonderful things. So check it out. Love our Discord, and want to also thank our Smithgardians and our Realm Watchers for making our Discord an online experience so incredible. I'm working very closely right now with the Smithgardians to work on the next guide for Tides of Wildmount for our next season, which we're taking all of the stuff that we learned from this season in Into the Mist and applying it there. Champions of the Realm, we've been working our butts off for this incredible new show that we'll be filming early December in LA, live with a bunch of folks. We've already mentioned some, including Noura Ibrahim and Matt Lillard, and Omega Jones will be joining us on the cast. But here is a little teaser that we've created for the show coming up very soon. It will be airing early next year, so check it out.
We've scoured the Forgotten Realms for legendary heroes who will compete one-on-one to crown the champions of the realm.
Oh man, we're so pumped. It's so good. I'm so excited. I just can't wait to tell you guys all the things. But one thing we can tell you tonight is we are going to announce live for the first time here tonight a new champion that we have for Champions of the Realm, which will be joining our cast. Go ahead, Julian, roll it.
Champions Raw. Champions Raw. Champions Raw. Performer Initiative.
That is it. Satine Phoenix is going to be joining us in the role of Vlanya, her bard extraordinaire. Super pumped. She will be joining, like I said, Omega, Matt, and Noura on the cast, and it's going to be great. We have 4 more combatants to announce of our cast of 8 for the tournament for Champions of the Realm. In addition to that, I'd like to also announce that Satine's Quest will be a sponsor for Champions of the Realm. They are an official sponsor. They've come on to support us and work together, and we support them, and it's just a wonderful, great family. I've had the honor and the opportunity to spend a lot of time with Satine and Jameson over the last number of months at shows and so on, and so we're just so excited to be working with them and playing with them again and collaborating with them on something else that is really, really awesome. Also want to give a quick shout out to my buddies over at Six Sides of Gaming and Lynn Vander. They have a Legacy of Mana Kickstarter that is starting soon. We were able to play on some of the live streams that we did at Gen Con and at GameholeCon. It's an incredible new kind of groundbreaking addition to D&D. And it adds a number of different quests as well as a campaign world and all of that kind of stuff. So you can check them out. Legacyofmana.com should give you all the information that you need. We also have merch. You can check it out below the videos. That's one way to help us, as well as Mythroll. I'm going to talk about Mythroll for a second. If you go to mythrollarmory.com, this is the DM shirt that I've been asking Dave for a while now. And actually at the table, a lot of people are wearing.
Coupon code too. If you use
coupon code.
RealmSmith. That's a coupon code.
Oh, I didn't know that. If you use RealmSmith, you get 10% off Mythroll gear.
It's at least 10. I think it might be
more.
Yeah.
It's like 50%, like 50, like 75% off.
Don't oversell.
I think it's 75% off. I don't think we have Aftermath this week because of Thanksgiving. I think, right? American Thanksgiving is this coming week. And I think it's on Thursday. So we are not going to have Aftermath this week, but we will be back with Into the Mist next Monday. If you like what you see tonight, consider subscribing, hit that bell icon to be notified, and follow us on Twitch and all the socials, because lots of stuff coming in the near future we're so freaking excited about. Without further ado, let us venture into the mist. All right, welcome back, all. Last we left you all, I think we have Sirenscape going. Let's hope so. Last we left you all, there it is. You guys were in the Ember Temple still, and you found a chamber, past a treasure chamber that you looted and gained a bunch of stuff with. I thought Omega was telling me there's something in my head. I thought he was like telling me there's
You got a little.
you got a little something, Jay. No, that's what gray streak. That's what happens, Omega, when you get to my age. That's meant to be there.
It is 29.
Yeah. All right. You guys were in the Amber Temple, and you entered a room. Travas and Falfer actually quite excitedly ran into a room where there were more of these amber sarcophagi. But this room was quite different. The amber walls were carved in a facade that you saw that depicted a vast variety of things that were not great. And Falfer and Travas, having rushed in, awakened what would seem to be vampire spawn, who broke out of 6 crates. And of course, with the help of the holy symbol of Ravenkind, Dimitri was able to pretty much nerf that encounter. And in true paladin with holy symbol of amazing vampiric nastiness, was able to kind of subdue all of those vampires the entire fight. Which was great. You guys came out unscathed. But, as you all can see over here, which is weird, it's actually this way and this way on the camera, but anyways, this right here is David Shaheen, who joined us back as Roan in the middle of the fight. Roan descended the staircase, having come to the Amber Temple to greet the players. Dimitri or Adam, not so sure which side Roan might sit on at the time, and they began the battle, or they continued the battle. They vanquished the vampire spawn, and Dimitri went over, Falfer went over actually first, and accepted the dark gift from one of the amber sarcophagi. And then Dimitri did the same, seeing a visage of Argynvost within the amber sarcophagi, which then granted him the power to raise the long dead. The dust settled. You all stand in that same room. Only the dust of the vampire spawn drifting lightly through the air as you sneeze. Roan, as you look around, you see your companions. You guys had a conversation at the end of last session?
Very
briefly.
Barely.
Very
We got cut
briefly.
off.
Yeah, you got cut off by an awesome cliffhanger again. And Roan, you see your old companions, and they are similar. Of course, you've never seen Noggins before, this satyr, druid type character who you had a short exchange with. You see Sterling, who looks similar but is a bit more dented, some new scratches. He has a symbol in his forehead that appears to be a tree. And you remember that his eyes used to glow a blue color, but now are constantly red. And you could sense before a timidness to Sterling, a sense of kind of wonderment of the boy. But now he stands tall and proud and stern. Travas you have never seen before, and you don't even see now, so that doesn't matter. Dimitri is the same, more battle-worn, more scars, has been through it, but he is probably the most familiar. The least familiar is Falfer, and Ezmerelda, of course, who you spent some time with, not as much time as the rest of the party, but you spent some time with, especially at Strahd's supper. And of course Falfer, who stands the same height, but he has pale pink skin, purple pink skin, and a crown of bone that wreaths his head, and his ears seem to be cut almost into 2 points. And he is probably the most different of the group. What do you do?
So I think when we left off, Adam and I had a brief exchange, Dimitri and I. So with that exchange having passed, I want to take a look around and, meet eyes with each of the other characters in the room. My glance is going to linger for a moment on Falfer. Do I know what's causing this sort of situation?
Give me a religion check. or a nature check, whichever you prefer.
That's a natural 20.
Wow. All right. You have heard and have seen. We still have Die of Nude up there. That's okay. That's okay. Man, we got to change that. Julian, make that note. But you see, you know that there is a thing called a hexblood, which is what happens to someone when they make a deal with a hag. And they go through a certain transformation that kind of denotes that deal.
Okay.
And that's fairly clear.
Okay. So as my eyes linger on Falfer for a moment, I'm going to give him a knowing smirk, just a little, before moving on. And sort of, as I look at Noggins, do I recognize anything on him?
Did you use that did you use the rod?
The staff, yeah.
The staff, sorry. Yeah, you recognize the staff that he holds.
Okay. I'm going to linger on it for a second before dragging my gaze away and looking back to Dimitri. I wasn't sure all of you would make it.
Well, you were always a pessimist, Roan.
Gee, thanks.
But
practical, not pessimist.
Yes, well, do that. And where were you this whole time? I thought Mr. taken you had disappeared from us.
I was seeking certain answers in the darkness of Barovia.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I found much of what I was looking for, but I still seek, and it appears our paths have crossed again.
Yes. Did you know we were here?
No.
Ah.
What exactly were you seeking here?
Same thing as you, I'm sure. Ancient mysteries, boons. I'm gonna look straight at Ezmerelda with a cold glare and just sort of say, dark gifts.
Two things. One, when he looked at me, when Roan looked at me and looked at the staff, did I get any recognition of what the look was for? Was
Insight
he trying
check.
to like size up or?
Yeah, insight.
That is a 18.
Yeah, you get a sense of familiarity. It was a familiar look, like he recognized it.
Secondly, I don't know this individual, but I've seen some of the shadow work. Does it seem like he has potentially accepted a dark gift already before meeting us?
That would be an Arcana check. Or insight, if you're trying to figure out when he said dark gifts, if what he's saying kind of fit, or if you're actually trying to see it on him magically.
I'm gonna do magic, and it's my BLM dice, and I got a BLM. It's natural 20.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, that's for a 19.
Okay, for a 19, but not natural 20 for a 19 because it's
19
-1. Okay. You get from what he said, and you kind of tie the two together. You get from what he said, and that he hasn't actually found any dark gifts yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
But what does bring you here, Dimitri?
Well, our purpose isn't as dark as all that. We came here in order to harness the power to resurrect Argenvoss, the Silver Dragon, of which I am a knight of the Order of such.
So I left, and you joined a knighthood.
Yes. Turns out you were holding me back in that way.
Common sense often does hold you back. But anyways.
Well, it seems that from this room I have come across what I possibly am looking for. The sarcophagus. I touched it. And I was presented a vision of being able to resurrect Argenvost himself, and now I can feel it. I know I can do it.
I'm going to look over at the thing before looking back at Dimitri and say, but at what cost, I wonder? Do I notice anything wrong with him?
I would say physically not. You see him, you don't see any difference in him from before physically. At this point too, while they're talking, Kellen still being at the forefront, again, that sarcophagi is buzzing just in your periphery. I like it. Still buzzing. It's like almost like a hum that extends from it. I like it. That's good.
Do you want some spackle?
That's good. That's good. I like it.
But resurrecting a silver dragon, to what end?
Well, as a knight of the Order of the Silver Dragon, I believe that Argenvost has adequate power and strength in order to be formidable against Strahd. And
you wish to kill Strahd?
Well, yes, it's been our goal for quite some time, you remember.
Do you not wish to kill Strahd? Where do you stand on that at this very moment?
At this point you hear, row, row, and only you hear about
gently down the stream.
I'm going to look distracted for
I
a
thought
second.
that we were all on the same page at some point.
What I would like to do and what can be done are very separate things, Ezmerelda.
Now who's the pessimist?
From what you guys have said, me all along, but I have learned certain disturbing mysteries about the land we find ourselves in, and I believe what you seek to do is not possible.
Well,
and why do you say that?
Yes, we thought the same, but now we have newfound plans and purpose. I think if you were to watch what we can do, you may change your mind.
As I was traveling through Barovia, seeking the mysteries of darkness and long-forgotten secrets, I came across texts that spoke of the history of Barovia and of many similar groups like ours. Idealistic fools captured by the mist and brought to Barovia, never to be heard from again. But the tales more interestingly spoke of the dark realms, playgrounds for dark gods, where they imprison those they choose in a never-ending game. I'll tell you right now, Dimitri, Ezmerelda, I'm gonna give a little foul for Sterling. It won't matter what you do. You cannot defeat Strahd, and even if you did, there is no hope. There's no escape, except for one.
What is that?
I read of certain artifacts that grant passageways, but more importantly, some weeks ago I came across a group of dark druids. Once attacked, I mercilessly cut them down, and as they screamed amongst the shadows, I extracted whatever information I could, and I learned of a talisman that allows safety through the mist. This is the answer, Dimitri.
A talisman?
A talisman.
Really?
What do you mean you found dark druids?
Fools who thought they could set upon me, imprison me. I taught them better.
Well,
in what way?
They're all dead, of course. Consumed by shadows.
And how did you get this information about this talisman? What exactly did they say?
Well, they spoke of a talisman that they had stolen. As I asked them, they were hesitant to say, but once enough force is exerted, anyone will speak. And of course, they did speak. A talisman that allows safe passage through the mist. Our ticket. In and out. There's just one problem, of course. The location of the talisman.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Does this sound familiar?
Incredibly.
I don't think this is the person who I first saw when I got here, though, right?
No.
Okay.
You don't get that sense.
That would have been a really bad thing. The second question. Did they learn their information from me?
Of what?
When I got here?
Of what the item does?
Of the talisman, yeah.
You don't remember. Okay. You just remember waking up and it was gone.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm glad they're dead. I'll say that. But I also am aware of a thing that can apparently bring people or beings through the mist stuff.
Yes.
That's how I got here. But it wasn't on purpose. It was, some bad stuff.
Well, I don't know if I speak for everyone, but I find that my purpose here has become vanquishing the evil that exists in this land, and I would feel a tremendous amount of guilt if I just took a talisman and left without completing our mission.
Vanquish the evil only for it to arise again? Make no mistake, Dimitri. That is what will happen. Unless the texts were wrong, but I don't think so.
We have had some experience with putting down creatures that could rise again. We had some flaming skulls in the other room, and we sprinkled...
Dimitri, listen to me for a moment. Greater beings than you or I or Strahd control this land. And we are but pieces in a game. There's only one answer. Escape the board. But, even should you wish to stay, our paths don't have to diverge so quickly. Strahd has the talisman.
Really?
So you're telling us the way to get out of this place is to actually meet the person that we were trying to meet, and how do you expect us to get the talisman from him in the first place? Ask nicely?
Well, it of course will require a plan and a bit of luck. And worst case scenario, we do indeed battle the Dark Lord. But, like I said, fighting Strahd is no end goal.
Yes, but
Breaking
you're saying that we use
Barovia
this
is
to...
the goal.
But what happens? We get this amulet and then we go from one miserable place to another miserable place?
Perhaps.
What kind of escape is that?
Perhaps. Or perhaps there's a way out for you.
Travas. You find yourself in pitch darkness. You can breathe, but there is no sound. And as you stand, and you can feel yourself standing on something solid, almost like a light comes on and a shaft of light illuminates an amber sarcophagi in the middle of utter darkness. And as you start to move towards that amber sarcophagi, you start to see the back wall behind in the alcove that was similar to the room you were just in is present. So you get the sense that this amber sarcophagi exists within the room that you were in, that you're heading towards. And as you start to walk towards it, you, with your arm out, quite intent on getting there, you feel a presence in this space. It's dark and it's chilling, but it's oddly familiar. Immediately, from kind of the left of you, you feel cold. Bitter, bitter, utter cold. And across your vision, you start to see snow begin to fall. And your hand starts to get super cold. And you feel the sensation of an icy grip on your left arm as it kind of stretches your arm out to the side, as if holding you in place. And you're trying to get towards this amber sarcophagi, but you can't. And you look to the left, and all you see is almost more feeling than visual. You see utter, intense cold. A misty blue and white swirl with flakes of snow and ice that fall. And you can almost see the grasp of not a humanoid hand, but some sort of cold presence that has currently shackled you with your left hand. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, 22, 21.
Okay, so you pull away from it, and you feel it diminish, but it's still there. Like you control it. Like you feel like you've overcome this presence, and you sense that this presence is the presence of Delban, the star of ice and hate, that gift that you've accepted.
Yeah.
And as you turn away and you start to walk towards that amber sarcophagi, you watch as shadow begins to wrap around your other arm and holds you straight. And you're trying to get towards this other amber sarcophagi, and you can't.
Yeah.
And you start to fight against it, and you're trying to fight against it, and it almost envelops you. And then on your right, you sense utter shadow, darkness, quiet. There is zero sound from this angle. Give me another wisdom saving throw.
10.
Okay. With a 10, you start to fight against it, and you start to turn your arm as you start to reach and fight against what is here. We'll go back to these guys.
So what you're telling me is that the only method we know of to escape this land is in the possession of, or is in Strahd's possession.
Within his castle, yes.
Well, to me then the path is simple. Vanquish Strahd and find the talisman.
Row. And you hear that voice, and it sounded almost like it was on the wind, and you kind of like, but now you can tell that voice is in this room.
I want to look around, sort of distracted as he's talking to me. Oh boy. I believe that's a 14.
With a 14, you look to your left, and you see, to your right, and you see 15, and you see a shadow almost like a silhouette, standing just inside the amber sarcophagi to your left.
This one right here.
This one.
To my right.
This is the one you touched, Dave, right? Travas touched
yeah,
this one,
yes,
and
yes.
So this one.
This is the one that you got the resurrection thing from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know that, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so you, as you guys speak,
Okay.
I mean, we can kind of put you in the room, but
Yeah.
you're all kind of just gathered around.
I'm here if you want to stand me on top of a sarcophagus.
Yeah. Felfer's actually kind of keeping to himself in the back. And I do have a Sterling.
You should just lay low for a bit.
And I guess you're here, Sterling, and you're kind of like blocking your view from here. You kind of look to your right, and you see that there is a shadow within that amber sarcophagi just below the surface, and it turns its head towards and looks directly at you.
So as Dimitri sort of saying this to me, I'm going to be like looking off. Yes. The path is to Strahd. Excuse me. I thought I saw, and I'm
Was that noticed?
Walked by him.
Well, yeah, he just kind of let it know, right? Like, he looked over at it, he was clearly distracted by it, and now he's walking in the direction of the sarcophagus.
Oh, he is walking over there. I did that. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna halt for a second at Sterling, and look at him.
And you can see he's doing this. He's blocking his face, and he's like plugging his ear in the direction of that sarcophagi.
Can I tell if there's something very different about
Insight,
Sterling?
yeah.
That's 12.
12. What does he tell with the 12?
Obviously, this might look a little like the Sterling that you remember, but the body language, mannerisms, everything is different.
Could I surmise I'm looking at a different person, almost? In aura?
Gut feeling, with a 12, yeah, I'd say you suspect maybe a different person.
Okay. As I look at him, I'm going to sort of look at Sterling and say,
Just keep staring, why don't you?
is the boy still there?
The boy is dead, and if you're thinking of touching one of those things, don't do it. It's the whole reason why he's gone.
I always liked the lad, and I'm going to walk by, brushing past, and
Don't do it.
I'm going to go up to the sarcophagus, and what do I see?
Yeah. So as you approach the sarcophagi and you get really super close to it, you see the shadow kind of comes to the surface, and you feel like you're looking at yourself. Same height, same build, except your skin is drawn tight against your face. Your eyes are sunken, and you wear a crown of jagged metal and precious gems. And you wear what appears to be a rich sort of robe that drapes over your shoulders. And in the sockets where your eyes are supposed to be are small, red, smoldering orbs. Back to Travas. Travas, another wisdom saving throw, please.
What do I feel like is happening from this shadow? Like, is it trying to kill me?
It's trying to hold you. It's trying to restrain you.
Can I turn towards it, like pulling on the darkness and turn, like as it pulls on my arm, use that to pull myself towards it?
Sure.
And I want to look towards that side and back towards where the cold was.
Yeah.
And ask, like, what do you want with me?
Yeah.
You are my friends. You are helping me.
Yeah.
I embrace the cold and the dark. What do you want?
Wisdom saving throw with advantage.
10.
Okay. With a 10, you feel it diminish. And again, not almost like you control this one as much, but you've given into it. Like you've satiated it for now. You look back towards the amber sarcophagi and you feel yourself drawn to it. You begin to walk towards it. And you start to extend your hand towards the one that you had just touched before you ended up wherever you are. and your hand stops just shy of it. Almost like you can't move it, and it starts to shake as you start to push to try and touch it. From behind you, you feel again that familiar, dark presence. Almost like a presence you've known your whole life, but had forgotten existed. And in your ear you hear, "That is enough, son. I already have you." And immediately those in the room see Travas kind of being pulled out of the amber sarcophagi and drops on the ground just in front of it. You watch as an individual tumbles out of this amber sarcophagus. What do you all do?
Seeing him tumble out, just not even looking at the others for a second, Noggins will just kind of hop over, quite literally just like hops over and checks him out. Is he alive? Is he hurt?
Medicine check.
And you're like, oh, what the Strahd did you get yourself into? I'm sorry, what the Steve did you get?
What the Steve?
What the Steve?
That is medicine. Oh, okay, thank God that's not. That is a 16.
Okay, with a 16, he looks just like he did when he went in. Healthy, untouched, right? You haven't, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just a scratch.
Yeah.
Cold, wet nose.
Then what happens is, taking a page out of Ezmerelda's book, some vines are going to form next to Travas, almost looking like a hand, and then it gets. You hello? You awake?
He's just on all fours, just like breathing, looking at the ground, thinking about kind of what just happened.
Okay, he's
and
fine.
then with this little smack, he starts smelling the air. And it smells like barbecue. And
I
then
mage smack him again, and I'm like, "We are your parents now."
see the charred vampire remains around the room. I'll get up and I'll ask Noggins quietly, like looking over at Roan across the room. Who was that?
I just met him.
And you're trusting him?
I didn't say I trust him.
He was around before you were, for a time.
He was? Is he a Dawnbringer?
I mean, lots of darkness, not really dawn.
Yeah.
Darkbringer.
I think our we've got a little bit of conflicting goals at the moment. We're trying to hash them out. I'm catching you up. I think you're up to speed. Anybody else want to?
Yeah. Obviously, this is being said out loud, so
Nothing happened
Rowan,
with me,
you've heard
so.
this.
I will help Travas get up though.
Thank you. And I will watch to see what Rowan is doing on the other side. Like, everybody's just kind of chill and standing there, so.
Don't do it!
Oh! Do it! Do it!
Staring into the amber, looking at myself, looking like that, I'm gonna call over my shoulder. Dimitri, what other sarcophagi have you run across? What gifts have been given?
Well, I've only interacted with this one behind me. True.
Oh, yes!
Well, it wasn't anything to be giddy about. We did it for a reason. It's like swallowing yucky medicine. And it's the one that I touched. Like I said, I feel like I have the power to resurrect those who have passed.
Did it instantly come upon you when you touched the sarcophagi, or was there a choice involved?
It's it gave me a choice. It showed me a vision of what it would let me do, and then I got to choose.
You said yes?
I did.
Yes! I'm so proud of you.
Well,
was it good?
This is, I felt, why we came here.
Who are you going to do? Who are you going to bring back?
Argynvost.
Oh!
What?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
What did you think?
No, I don't know. There's so many choices.
No.
Loved ones. But Argynvost is a good one.
It's true. This
Very
reason we're
selfless.
here. Well, is to bring him back.
You should bring back that, what was his name?
Casimir?
Casimir, and we'll kill him again.
We can't be hasty. It's a very rash decision. No. We're here for a reason, and that's what we're going to do.
I'd bring him back and I would kill him again.
You can stab the corpse.
Has nothing changed? With that, I'm going to place my hand on the sarcophagi and see what it has to offer.
All right.
Moron.
As you place your hand on the Emerald sarcophagi, you're sucked in and teleported to a different place in your mind.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, it's physical. You find yourself in a room, and you are kind of surrounded, almost like a laboratory / workshop of sorts. And you find yourself kind of puttering around and picking up certain vials, and as you kind of pass one of the large, almost like a bowl sort of container, in the reflection you see a much older version of yourself. Not much older, but definitely with years. Gray starting to come into your beard. But it's you. And you kind of see your reflection as it passes, and you continue on with your activity. Then in your mind, you start to recollect some sort of container. If you were to remember a container from your life that you would use for an important task, to store something very, very precious inside, what would that container be, you think? Like, what kind of container would it be for Rome?
Perhaps it might be a dark jewel.
A dark jewel? Okay. And as you look down, you see a dark, almost black, with a deep, deep, deep tinge of purple in its center, kind of almost as it refracts the light, you can see purple in it. And you kind of pick it up and you look at it and you're proud of it. Okay. And you place it down on the table, you kind of step back, proud of your work. And then you turn and you start to kind of mix a bunch of potions. And you're creating some sort of concoction that you're not aware of, but your older self is very much, your future self is very much aware of what it's doing. And you're not looking at any books or recipes, or it's all, you can tell it's all coming from your future self's mind. Finally, you kind of pick up the potion and you look at it and you smile and you look at the gem that sits on the table. And you take the potion, you take a deep breath, you uncork it, and you drink it. As you drink it, your body begins to instantly transform. Your skin starts to pull tight on your fingers, on your face, around your neck. You feel the husk of your being begin to dry up. All hydration is sucked from your body as you begin to contort and fall back against everything. Things start to fall and break and smash. You close your eyes and things just calm. You open your eyes and you're in the same room. But there is a steely confidence that rests upon you. And you look at the gem, and there is a glimmer about the gem. Like something exists and is held within that gem that was not before. It was mundane. It is no longer that. And not only that, it feels like it is a place of great protection and safety and importance. As you kind of take in your surroundings, you look back into that vial, into that bowl, and you see that same visage that you saw past the amber sarcophagi, which is your face sunken with red orbs in the sockets of your eyes. In this moment, you get the sense that if you accept the gift that is being offered to you, that when the time comes, you would be aware of how to transform into a lich. You're sucked out again. You pull your hand just off the amber sarcophagi. Now, you don't have to tell me or anyone at the table if you accept it. Mm-hmm. You can message me and let me know if you prefer, or if you want people to know, you can.
Okay.
Or pass me a note, actually would be better. With your answer.
I'm gonna sort of murmur low under my breath. A path to great power indeed.
I was muted. Sorry. I said, how low was that murmur?
Is it, I guess...
I have the highest passive in this group, that's how I'm asking.
How high is your passive?
18.
18? Okay. I would say from with that 18, you might hear it, and possibly Sterling, who's close beside me. And I'm just gonna sort of murmur. A great and powerful gift, to be sure, but at the cost of potential and life. The path of a coward who cannot excel in this life, so chooses the next.
That rings, that tinges something inside of you, Kellen. And when he says that, there is a distinct familiarity with what he's talking about. And you start to kind of glean what this amber sarcophagi might be offering. Something that Kellen has known, but has not known for some time. Has not been able to harness, has not been able to grasp and contain. Can you give me another wisdom saving throw, please? Oh.
5.
Okay. With the 5, Kellen is still drawn forth. You don't have a choice as to who is the forefront of your consciousness.
Yeah. So I'll say that. You know, the path of a coward who cannot excel in this life, so chooses the next. I will not be limited by such things.
Limits. I take a step closer to it.
Yeah. Glancing over here in that, I'll say, but it sounds like someone will be. I'm gonna move out of the way and motion forward.
I have experience with such things, my friend. You don't know what you're missing. But not such a moron after all, I suppose. Made the right choice, I suspect. Yes. Yes.
I miss the old Sterling.
And I'll take another step forward. The price that was paid, what could be worse than the price that was paid? Already we have accepted one, and the price was too high. But what of the others? How high was theirs? and he'll reach out and he'll touch it, knowing that there's a choice involved.
Okay, all right. As he touches
I'm
it,
just gonna lean over to Nog and just like, new Sterling is bumming me out.
Is he? He just goes. Is he an actor or something? This is totally new and it's kind of a choice.
I don't know. It is bold, yes.
it is bold, yes. Oh my god, you guys are the best. As you touch it, you're teleported again to a different place. Much like the same vision, but now you are Kellen pre-Lichdom. What was that like?
He was in the service to a king, very powerful and very learned, willing to sacrifice almost anything for that king, and indeed did sacrifice everything for that king.
So in that moment of that ultimate sacrifice, sacrificing your own life essence in service, and sensing everything, all the emotions, and all of it is very real, as it was the day that you made that decision. And as Kellen, pre-Lichdom, just pre-Lichdom, he begins to do all of the things that he remembers. And you are in that place, wherever that place was, where you made that decision and you began to concoct the potion and build the phylactery that contained. What was that phylactery?
It was the Warforged form. And that's why his mind got stuck in the amalgam.
And you look up at a shiny sterling, a shiny Warforged shell. The first. And it was new?
Yeah.
Kellen built it?
No, wait, he didn't build it,
okay.
But it was brought over from Eberron.
For this purpose?
Having never been started or filled before.
Yeah.
The amalgam already existed inside, but Kellen did not know.
Okay. Got it. So in that moment, having completed the rites and what you needed to do to prepare this phylactery, then drinking the potion that exists, you feel in this moment that given enough time, because you know that Sterling, the amalgam, I should say, forget Sterling, the amalgam in its current state isn't ready, isn't prepared, does not have the power or the ability to be able to reach that level. But you believe that if you accept this gift, that when the time comes, Kellen will feel that again. Will have that power, will sense that power, will be able to basically take over the amalgam and return to his former greatness as a lich. You're sucked out. You pull your hand off. You can write that decision if you want on that piece of paper. Do you have a piece of paper? You can text me. I'll let you think it over. What do you guys do?
Now, I don't think I've been cautious this whole time. I don't think we should accept anything being offered unless we know exactly the purpose and the plan that we're using it for. There's no need for any needless sacrifice. We've been down that road before.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just looking around the room.
Yeah. So you look at Falfer and he like looks around. He kind of looks at the ceiling, like trying not to make eye contact with you.
I'm gonna go over to Roan, and Travas kind of sizes him up, like just up and down, to kind of see like what do you have on you?
Visible, yeah. What does he see?
You see a ring on my shoulder, on my finger that glints. You see a shimmering dark cloak and an overcoat, sort of like a trench coat that hangs low. Very fine material. But probably the most striking things you notice about me and Dimitri and Falfer would have noticed, and Ezmerelda would have noticed very quickly, is my eyes that were once bright blue, except within using magic, have now become in these deep abyssal holes, like black darkness or dark orbs, where my eyes used to be blue and have white as well. Now you just see darkness.
So the
with
whole
a hint
thing is
of purple shimmering around the edges.
The whole thing is black, no whites?
You see little hints of purple that sort of just come off it and like a little bit of an aura.
But no white of the eye.
No eye.
And you're human? What are you?
Human.
I appear to be human, yeah.
Watch, vague.
Black like that at all times.
Yeah.
So
that would have been something new that you hadn't noticed.
Component pouch, weapons, anything visible?
You don't see anything. He's sizing me up to rob me? What is it?
Yeah, well, maybe. Welcome. It tracks.
It's always a possibility.
It tracks. I would say so. As he's figuring that out real quick, you also see that he has a shock of white through his hair. He's got a big, thick beard. Weird. Yeah. And he's got 3 gashes, like almost like a scar that is healed not long ago, but across his face.
Yeah, I just want to see like how you fight, because some of them are with weapons, some of them with magic. That's
yeah. You don't see weapons, so you'd assume that I'm a caster.
Yeah. So walking over, sizing you up and down. I'll say, so you're against Strahd?
What?
You're against Strahd too?
I suppose for the moment we could say that.
Okay. I'll return to Noggins. He's okay.
Noggins looks at Rowan and says, not necessarily, but I don't think that's the point right now. The question I have more than anything is, what are your plans now? Because we have a goal here, which is to get, it was Argynvost, and I think we just have to find him now, or go back, I guess. But we're trying to figure out any secrets about Strahd. Yeah, I said it right this time.
You're getting it.
But you aren't conflicted, which is my problem.
What do you mean? You're against him?
Conflicted by what?
You seem certain that there's nothing that can be done, and yet you still are here trying to get power.
Yeah, I don't trust
I just don't understand what your, what do they call it, end goal is.
My end goal, as I stated to Dimitri, is to get the Talisman of the Mist and get out.
I thought you said that was with Strahd.
It is with Strahd,
So
which is why I'm here, seeking out these giftings. Make no mistake, it will be a tough battle should it come to that, although I'm hoping we can avoid it. But should it come to that, it will indeed be a tough battle.
What are you trying
to avoid? And we'll need all the gifts we can. There's great power in this temple.
Wait, what are you trying to avoid?
Avoid?
You just said we want to avoid the big battle.
If we can avoid battle and make our way out of
We cannot avoid battle. You have to kill him.
Have you met us?
I don't have to do anything.
Well, are you against him, or you're just trying to avoid him? I don't understand.
I am against him due to the fact that he has something that we need.
Well, but you could be for him if he has something that you need.
It's a very childish way of looking at it.
Well, I guess if you just want to run away, it's a lot easier decision.
I was taken to this land by no choice of my own. I own nothing to Barovia.
Right, that's why you don't care. That's why I say you probably may be against him, not really.
I own nothing to Barovia. In fact, neither do you, Dimitri. Sterling, if that is you. Falfer, we were all taken to this land, and I'm just trying to get us all out alive. And now, if that involves defeating Strahd so we can get the talisman, then that is what we must do. But make no mistake, as I've seen from the texts, whether we win or not, things will return to the same situation in short order. A never-ending game. There is no win. Nothing you do matters.
Is that why you've given up already?
What use playing the game when you're destined to lose? It's better to break free.
That sounds like the strategy of a loser.
So my eyes are just going to get a little darker and shimmer and say, and then, does he look young?
Yeah, he's a teenager.
The foolish words of a boy. I'll pay no mind. Anyways, Dimitri.
Are you going to run away with the coward?
Noggin steps in front of Travas and says, "Don't twist things. I haven't had a love for Travas, but he is one of us. And I would make sure you don't disrespect him while I'm standing here. 2, that talisman is actually mine. It was mine when I got here. It was taken. And I want it back to end this dream, but I will make sure it's handled. And I will be the one to decide how we use it. And I don't think you are going to use it in a way that's going to benefit anyone here.
Speaking of
which
things
is
that
why
aren't others,
I'm not trusting you.
It's an interesting staff you have. You know, my friend who I came here with was wearing that not long ago.
Yeah, if he's the wizard thing that was upstairs, yeah, he died.
Not by our hand.
And what about his apprentice?
Is that you? And we don't know who you're talking about.
My point being, whether or not the talisman is yours or not, surely even if it was, you would have no problem helping people exit this land.
Oh, this dream is going to end one way or another. That's my purpose.
Then we don't have to be at odds.
Then don't disrespect Travas in front of us again.
Yeah, you haven't earned that right yet.
Travas reaches up and goes to like take Noggins' hand and says, "Don't worry, Noggins. We'll get you your doll back."
Sure. Ron, I'm just gonna smirk and then stay silent. Interesting characters you found, Dimitri.
Yes, well, we're all in agreement as to the direction we're heading and the purpose that we're heading there. Some of us are new friends, and some of us are still very young.
That's me. Speaking of knowing the direction we're going to go in, we could go upstairs, but this guy was already up there. So, should we go back into the stairs behind the big stone man?
There are many places to go, but you were up those stairs. What did you see up there?
That would be the library. There's a library I was seeking out, but if I can make a recommendation, it would be that we explore the rest of the temple, gather what treasures, magic or otherwise, including dark gifts we can get from here, in preparation.
What did this apprentice look like, by the way?
He looked like he had kind of he was injured so he had like burns all down the side of his face, as well as.
But at any point, not like a big fox.
No.
Okay.
No. You describe him. I'll tell you what the description is later.
Might have tried to kill one of us.
If you find him again.
However, there might be one that we can seek out within the Amber Temple, who may be able to help guide our steps as we journey through.
Someone in here who won't try to kill us?
Well, he didn't try to kill me.
Who is it?
A lich. A caretaker of the temple. He's a bit... you'll see. If you would like, we can head that way now. Alternatively, we can continue to explore the temple.
How are you friends with these people? The caretaker. Where did you meet? Caretaking school? Well, I don't understand how you just walk around and you're not dead.
How long have you been here?
I've been here a couple days. I came in here with the wizard and his apprentice, my companions. However, in battle, we were separated. And it seems clear what has happened as I glance at Noggins and the staff. But perhaps his apprentice still lives. Well separated, I traveled the temple, hidden in the shadows. A little, smirk as I say that. Until I came across the Lich. We conversed for quite some time, and I found safety in his room.
Well, did he give any information as to what else that we could harness is in this place?
He appears to have lost much of his memory, but we didn't speak a large amount, and perhaps there's something one of the others can do to remedy this situation.
Well, the one thing that's pressing on my mind right now is there is a third sarcophagus in this room, but it looks rather busted. I'm gonna walk over.
Yeah.
And can I just look at the state of this?
Investigation check, please. Or what are you trying to? Are you just looking at the physical form of it? All right. What's your intention?
I think just to, because I sort of understand what it is, but just to figure out if it's completely powerless at this point, or if there's still something that it can be used for.
Yeah. So I'd say a religion check, because you pull your power from instead of Arcana.
2.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Only a 2?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not sure. But from what you can see physically, that's obvious, is that it used to be an Amber sarcophagi, and now it is just demolished. It has been destroyed.
Is it hollow in the center? Like, is it made of 4 walls and a lid, or it's solid?
If there was anything we could figure out about this third one, I found so much purpose from the one that I had touched, but this one, we have no idea.
What concerns me is that these were built to contain the shards of a dark god. These dark gifts come at a price. And if somebody is letting these shards out, then where are they going? Where is the shard from this?
Is there another one of you that can come out and talk with us? You're very pleasant when you're all working
This
together.
is the one that has been pulled forth.
Right.
If I could go back, I would.
We're on the same page. You stick around for now. It's okay.
And we are unfamiliar with this consciousness. To whom are we speaking?
I am Kellen.
And exactly who are you killing?
I'm not killing anyone. My name is Kellen. Kellen.
Got it.
Dimitri. Kellyin.
No.
Kellyin.
It's with the CH. Kellyin. Kellyin.
You have to put...
But they can't with a Warforged mouth. It's metal.
You can get the moisture from... like that nice.
Right.
I'm sorry, Kellen. Kellen.
Yes.
Formerly a lich and now just one of the many.
What? What?
So you were a lich?
Yes, I was.
Well, that's who we're going to find next.
Things went wrong, didn't they?
Indeed they did.
While this is happening, I'm just going to stroll over to where Dimitri is, and the busted sarcophagus, just to see if it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
He is going to touch it just to see if it's even still intact.
Okay. You touch it, nothing, no effect. Mundane.
So I thought.
Cold
It's
to the
broken?
touch.
I'll try the same. All right.
Yeah.
Empty and null.
I mean, I would like to ask, how could one as powerful as a lich have been in the circumstance that you find yourself in?
Simply by not doing enough research. Let me tell you, if you ever decide to become a lich, make sure your phylactery does not already have mines inside.
That's embarrassing.
I'll keep it in mind.
I honestly don't know how any of
Is
it
that
works.
like an organ? What is?
Yes,
What is? I don't understand this word you just said.
It's never mind
It's the dwelling place of a lich's power.
what he said.
Got it. Okay.
So it could be an organ.
And the font of their eternal existence.
Indeed.
Until enough time passes. And then, well, you'll see.
While we have this history lesson, we can probably move because I don't think there's anything else in here.
Right.
Yes.
So the stairs behind the bum?
Yeah, we can go there. Well, yes. We mentioned the lich person that's here and wherever you came from.
So there's a big stairway that goes up to a library.
Right, but he was up there already.
Yeah, that's true.
If I was him, I would have looted everything already.
The question is...
My pockets are full.
I didn't get a chance to go through the library as I heard combat below, and when I saw my old friends in trouble, I had to help.
Yes, we're very grateful that you did. So you're saying that there still might be something in the library worth looking at?
Can I please go
I'm
check
sure
the
there
door
are.
in the thing? There's probably something interesting in the hidden door, not up the giant staircase.
I do think it best that we go through as much of the temple as possible. As you have found, there are many items of value that will help us.
Yes, we should make sure there's nothing left in this room we haven't looked at and then continue. Probably the way you were saying, you would find a door in
Yes,
the other room.
secret door.
Right.
I'm gonna go through the piles of dirt from the crates, just poking my short sword into them to see if there's anything in the dirt. Nothing. But my sword.
Yeah, like
And nothing
quick
that stands
sweep,
out
nothing.
on the corpses of the...
They're dust.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
they're
loot
gone.
the dust.
Dust.
Okay. Noggins, should we go back out to the door that we found?
Yeah, Noggins just starts to walk out.
Yeah, we're going, everybody.
This is the entrance we went through, room. Leads to a room of treasure.
Okay.
Please.
So you're going back to the secret entrance that led upstairs. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The stairs?
Place
To
it.
clarify,
I used magic to find.
if I was
so
to
want
take them
get
to the
in
lit,
there.
Yes.
if I was to take them to the lich, it would involve going to the library.
It would be, yeah, it would involve.
Okay, so you guys want to go the other direction,
Yeah, we're gonna go through that.
and I'm ambivalent as I want to explore the temple.
You're totally
Okay.
indifferent to the whole future of Barovia, so it doesn't matter which staircase we go up.
Have I touched a nerve? Are you a local Barovian?
Yeah. That's why I actually care about the people in the future. But, you know, some people just want to get away.
Speaking of getting away,
You
let's
know.
exit this room.
And that is where we're going to take a break. What a great session so far. We'll be right back.
Oh, man.
Welcome to Dwarven Forge. This is everything you need to know about our terrain in 60 seconds. Ready? Let's go. We hand sculpt our pieces for maximum detail and artistry, infusing passion into every millimeter of our work. Everything is available beautifully hand painted so you can start playing right away. Or you can choose unpainted to paint everything yourself. Our pieces are completely modular so you can use the same sets to create a new adventure every time. Most pieces have embedded anchor magnets that affix to our terrain trays for secure building, and for revealing rooms as your players discover them. We create everything out of Dwarvenite, our top secret PVC formula that's nearly indestructible. We pack our pieces with as many features as possible, such as swappable LEDs to quickly change the look of your scene. We offer magnetic accessories to add flavor or increase the danger. A 1-inch tactical grid is sculpted into our floors, hidden in dungeon flagstones, natural rocks, or sticks and plants. In addition to sculpted pieces, we make terrain trays to use as a vibrant graphic base for your build. We offer a range of environments, including dungeons, caverns, cities, castles, sewers, forests, mountains, streets, burrows, ice, and hellscape. And that's just the beginning. We have a passionate fan base who can tell you all about it. And that's everything you need to know about Dwarven Forge in 60 seconds.
The games we play are the stories we create.
The fortress doors swing open.
Every story is unique.
And the sound of war drums rises.
Sometimes our stories come to us when we least expect them. We need to be ready no matter where inspiration strikes. And sometimes our stories are told over great distances. No matter where your journey leads you or how your story is told. The games we play are the stories we create. Sirenscape can help make yours epic.
Sirenscape is searchable, fast, and customizable from any device with no need to pre-install any sound. Adding epic atmosphere to your game has never been easier.
Do you miss playing Dungeons & Dragons, or just have a hard time finding a group in your hometown? Maybe you just wish you could play more. On Discord, we created a community of over 100 people who are playing D&D around the clock.
I'm Noggins.
Oh, see.
Cece.
Piotr Strong Shield.
Katarina.
Elder Sidivar Baba Negra.
Tainel. Daria.
Kostash Morach.
Elros.
Falfur Softfoot.
Ketis White Spine. Spy Reindeer.
Misery Cordelia.
Chardani Goril.
Body.
Bragar Iron Comet.
Dimitri.
Shalara.
Barf Battlebrain.
Atomic Scray, mate.
Shortleaf Rudari.
Warren Greenstep.
Melina Lee.
Sesh Morses.
Malachi Dupraki.
Sarah Sklar Life Forger.
Travas.
Tamazar.
Ezmerelda Embershake.
Elder Waddleby.
Dustin Morses.
Morgan Reagan.
Aksha Kitty.
Sterling.
By integrating Discord and D&D Beyond, we're able to provide an immersive experience that is the first of its kind. You can create a character from 1st to 15th level, and then roleplay 24/7 in our Discord channels while combating monsters, crafting weapons, training new skills, and searching for items across our campaign world. You'll also have the chance to participate in random combat encounters and go on monthly virtual quests. Ever wanted to try your hand at being a dungeon master? Or maybe you're an experienced dungeon master and just want the chance to run more adventures. As a community DM, you can run encounters and virtual quests for the community based on monthly modules written by our very own accomplished plot team. Join us.
Join us.
Check it out.
Join the Discord.
Join us!
Join us.
And let's create incredible stories together. All right, we're back. Okay.
It's always so abrupt.
It is always so abrupt. All right, you make your way through the 20-foot or so fissure that leads back into the treasure chamber. Roan, as you kind of follow the group through, you see a room like this with 6 piles, heaping piles of treasure, with coins and items and artifacts, a lot of rusted old items, kind of denoting that this has been here for a very long time, and the first time anybody has ever gotten into here is potentially the party that you were with. Across the way, there's a large door that is currently open, double doors that are open that lead into a cavernous space. You remember that when you were here with your companions, you looked out into the main temple area, so you kind of got an idea of what the main kind of temple area looks like, and you remember a 40-foot looked like that, with a 40-foot statue at the end. You decided to not go that way and go up the hallway, and that's where the wizard met his doom.
Okay.
What do you all do as you come into this room?
As we walk through the room,
yeah,
kind of towards the, I don't know, once everybody's kind of in the room, I'm gonna point over the pile here, and I'm gonna tell Rod, you're going to want the gold that's in this pile, and keep walking out.
Okay.
What do I think of that?
What do you want to think of that? Give me an insight check.
Natural 1.
Okay. You think he's absolutely telling you something you need to do.
I wouldn't be motivated by gold as much.
You think he's being honest. He's totally honest, like he's doing you a favor. What you do with that information is up to you.
Why didn't you take some, Dimitri? There's plenty.
Your pockets are full, right? My pockets are full.
Yes, I filled my pockets from that pile over there.
What, the Electrum, dummy?
We took a lot.
It was silver.
We took a lot out of this.
What? Why did you take the silver? Take the Electrum, it's worth more.
No, it's too late.
I'm almost positive we cleared out the Electrum already.
Which one's the Electrum pile?
You don't want that one, you want the gold pile.
But you just said Electrum is worth more.
No, it's worth more than the silver, but the gold is worth even more.
Pile 3 is the one with all the Electrum in it.
We took a lot of it, though.
You did. There's 6,600 Electrum.
Probably all
so
gone.
Gotcha.
There's quite a bit left.
Do I know how much Electrum is worth?
Less than gold, for
You would
sure.
know. Yeah, less than gold, more than silver. It's in between.
Oh.
It's, what is it? Help
It's
me.
10.
Quick.
It's 10 to 1.
10 to
I'm
1.
pretty sure it's either 10 or 2. It's not a lot. The difference isn't a lot.
Yeah.
1 Electrum is worth 5 silver, I think?
5.
Yes.
5 silver,
5 silver.
so...
Yeah.
2 Electrum is 1 gold?
Yeah, 2 Electrum is 1 gold.
Yeah, I was like 2. That's what I'm saying.
Gold?
Go and check it out.
I thought we already cleared out the gold.
I did find some gold also, and I took that gold.
I see.
I've got all the gold I can carry.
Right in front of me, you did.
Except
That's
there's
right.
massive piles of gold.
You missed it.
left.
Just
You
one
see
little bit.
in the corner, you see the glints of gold in pile number 6, which is actually this. What did I say it was?
It was the one over here.
This is
5,
our
6.
issue.
So it's the
have
one
one
closest
joke and it becomes a
on the
30-minute
left.
moment.
I know.
I know. Why don't you just pick it up and we'll keep going?
Actually, just so do you have currency weight on? Because
Yes.
Yeah, they do. They all do.
We all turned it on, yeah.
Yeah, for this
Okay.
purpose.
I can barely walk.
Yeah.
Because oh my goodness, I don't think I have it turned on right now. I already have quite a bit on me.
Yeah.
As per before, so.
But probably not too much to overcumber you. But
Okay.
it's okay.
So I'll go.
You can decide how much you want to pick up, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's that pile.
I'll go to the gold pile.
Okay. So go over to the gold pile. As you reach down to pick it up, you pick up like a handful of it, and you can tell that they're wooden coins that have been painted gold. There's a lot of.
No investigation check?
No. It's obvious.
You know this. I'm gonna look at this and like look at the. Some things never change.
And in that pile too, you see probably in and around 10 to 15,000 copper. In iron pots, an obsidian scepter. I don't think anybody took the obsidian scepter.
What?
Oh, no, somebody
Yes,
did.
we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
11
I
rusted
had it.
helms.
I had the obsidian
Yeah.
scepter.
Right. 15 thin leather-bound tomes.
Can I open the tomes?
Yeah. So you pick it up, and on the front it says "Snow Dwarf and the Seven Whites" by Nitch Rackmay, and then they're signed copies.
Good. I'll go to the Electrum pile.
Okay. You go to the Electrum pile. The Electrum pile, each coin is stamped with a profiled visage of Strahd. There aren't as many as there were originally. Obviously, they took a lot. 75 empty bottles, a trunk filled with 6 fine dresses.
Take one of the dresses.
Some of the dresses are gone. There aren't 6 anymore. How many did you take? Somebody took dresses.
I only took like 2.
2, okay. So 4 fine dresses.
Okay.
10 pieces, nope. 8 painted ceramic statues of saints that are big. Like they're heavy, about 50 pounds each. That's what you see in that pile.
Okay.
And how much Electrum did you guys take? Quick tally. Do we remember?
Yeah.
I wasn't here, but can you say that I grabbed some
Sure. How many?
for that episode?
How much do you want, Ezmerelda?
As many as I can carry.
I thought I gave you a bunch of stuff. Check your gold.
I know that
amount.
I have the obsidian scepter. I don't know what it does. I know that I have the rapier, so that's silver tipped, and
Yes.
I don't know what else.
Okay, the obsidian scepter is worth 2,500 gold.
What? That's gonna go missing.
You don't know that yet, but
It's
gonna go missing.
But does it do anything? Is it
No,
magic?
it's mundane.
No. Okay. It just looks cool.
Yeah.
But you don't need it. I can carry it.
Okay, quick Electrum tally, quick.
I will beat you over the head
How
with
many
it.
you take?
I took 4,500.
You took 4,500? Okay.
What?
Who else took Electrum?
I took 1,000.
So
I'll
it's
take some.
5,500.
Like, just let me know how much I get.
I took 2,150.
Oh,
it's all gone.
Broken the bank.
I'm gonna leave with the rest of them.
Okay, so you all leave the check.
I'm glad we circled back. I wasn't
Okay,
here for
I'll
the
go to
loot
the
episode.
silver. I'll take whatever I can.
There's 12,000 silver, so you can take as much silver as you want. Okay? That you can carry.
Do I get any Electrum?
There's no Electrum left. Ezmerelda, I added stuff to you. I know I added some coins to your.
You added it to the thing. Okay, I'll take a look.
Just how much coin do you have in your D&D Beyond?
Let me see. You can continue and I'll mess
Okay.
with what I yeah.
I'm gonna grab some of those wooden ones though.
Okay. Because it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you look out through the double doors. Above you is the balcony, as described before, and you are now on this side. Yeah, you're on that side of the Amber Temple proper.
Yeah.
There's like I said, there's a balcony above. The other one on the other side is crumbled, and you see what you see. You see that there is a motionless body on top of the landing on the far end, and there is a hallway, large hallway to your left, large hallway to your right, staircases at the end, and yeah, that's what you see.
Where was that drawer, Traverse, you were saying?
It's behind the man in the dress. And I'll lead them towards.
Lead the way.
I am leading the way. I said I was leading. Sorry, Dimitri. I'm just getting tired.
Okay.
All right.
I'll lead the way to the stairs behind the man.
Okay. It is closed.
Oh my Strahd. I'm gonna open up the
reclosed?
Yeah.
We propped it open.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, you did, but it's closed.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I pop open the bum of the statue and look up to see if this guy's back?
Well, okay, so you open it up and you look up and there's just a spiral staircase.
Yeah.
Well, you can see, you don't hear anything, you don't see anything.
No magical darkness or anything like that.
Nothing like that.
All right. Oh.
But wait, the door? Which door is closed then?
Right. So the on this wall there is a secret door right here, but it's closed and now we can't see it.
I could cast knock. I don't know what's on the other side.
I feel like
we don't need to do that. I'm going to try to open the door.
But there's probably somebody behind it now. They closed it.
I'm trying to.
You press on it, nothing. It just feels like a wall.
Listen, I think if there's anything malicious behind that door, whether I use knock or not, we're gonna end up fighting it. So we could either use knock or we don't use knock. But I say use knock.
And you can see the seams. Still.
So okay, before we go on, sorry, just to understand, does it seem like Does it seem like it just closed again? I mean, I can't tell if somebody closed it behind us. The question is, does it seem like it's resealed, or it just seems like it's closed? Because I had to magically undo it.
Yeah, it closed. It's not opening normally, and the rock that you had placed to hold it open has been pushed, like, with the force of the door. It's not like it was picked up and moved. It was like it moved with the door.
Can I ascertain if there's anything arcane still on it?
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay. I'm gonna guidance myself. What is that? Oh, actually not bad for me. 19.
Okay. With the 19, yes, the lock is still active. And so you imagine dispelling it basically killed the magic for a time, and then when the magic came back, it shut.
Gotcha. That's what I need to know. Okay. And then I'll say, okay, we took too long. It's back, but then I look at Ezmerelda. I would dispel it again, but I don't. I'm pretty tapped.
Are we concerned about that? Because usually you save our bacons when we're in trouble.
When I have the magic to do so.
Yeah.
If I magic again, I'm not going to be able to save your vegetable bacon.
Yeah,
Right.
it's been a long.
Got it.
No, yeah, understood. But like, I can.
Yeah,
I can do this. I can help.
I wanted to make sure before we just started doing something. So yeah, if you have, yeah.
Yes, but like knock for me is last resort. Don't want to cause a noise and disturbance if I don't have to. But you know what? I think this is the time where we say F it and let's just do this.
Is Falford able to do this? Because I feel like he's not really contributed much today. And like he wouldn't mind if he just used the spell slot if he has one. Can he do it?
You can tell he has no fox to give.
Never mind.
I could try pushing the door like I did the other
It's
one.
magical.
Sure.
You're going to
I'll
break it?
I was
Give it to
able
me.
to overpower the other magic.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Good call, Sterling. I mean,
all right.
Kellen, I'll help you.
Okay,
Well, I guess I'm
strength
not
modifier to.
Kellen anymore.
Are we calling them Kellen?
Yeah, so I would say that
if we could use the spell slots.
as soon as you left that chamber, you had control of who you wanted to bring back to the forefront.
Okay. So it's the amalgam mind again. Just a
I will touch your
straight
back.
strength, right?
Guidance.
Just a straight strength?
Yeah, athletics with his athletics bonus.
Oh, yes. Ooh.
And a D4.
Plus a D4. Okay, I can do that. I've got a plus
big money,
6
big
on my
money,
athletics.
big money.
What's yours?
All right. Okay, that's 10.
At 8.
18.
Plus the D4.
Plus the D4.
That's including the D4.
Rip.
Doesn't
Yeah.
budge.
roll the 1 on that.
Doesn't budge.
All right.
All right, Ezmerelda. We're trying to avoid it.
We tried. So yeah, we're
But
doing
Ron,
this.
Ron, do you know how to open turn it off?
Oh, forget it! And I'm gonna just cast knock. We gotta move.
I'm just trying to be part of a team, you know?
Okay, you cast knock.
Yeah.
Okay. Echoes through the chamber, down the hallway, and you see it open, and all of you see kind of dusty, unused stairs that lead up to another level.
Super dusty. Any footprints?
No, super dusty. Survival check.
Well, which one?
It's super dusty.
Okay.
Survival check.
13.
13.
Could I mean, because he and I were the ones who were looking at this before, I would have also been trying to see if anything had pushed it back. Could I give him my survival bonus?
Sure.
At an 8.
21.
Okay. It doesn't look like anything has gone up these stairs in a very, very long time. No
I'll turn around and just shh. And I'm going to, as quietly as I can, up the stairs. 24.
Okay. Travas disappears up the stairs.
I'm following.
I'll draw my weapon.
Hopefully.
Okay, stealth check, Ezmerelda. Please.
Okay. 23.
Okay, with a 23, Ezmerelda disappears up the staircase. Anybody else following?
Yes.
Okay, stealth checks for whoever's following.
We have. This is a running gag at this point.
Although there is irony.
How far it goes, and then they touch something.
There is irony in us stealthing after knock.
Yes, there is.
Right?
But with that, hey, natural 20 for a 25 with
Nice.
my guidance.
Okay.
So this is a really pretty die. I gotta show it.
Just stay downstairs.
It's a 4.
Okay.
13.
Okay. So all of you start to go up. All of you, like, Ezmerelda, Travas, and Noggins all start to kind of stealth up. You're all very, very quiet. All of a sudden, ding, ding behind you. As he starts to kind of climb the stairs and that noise, you get up to the top of the stairs, and it looks like basically like a stone wall that you get to. And as soon as you step within 5 feet of this stone wall, it begins to open of its own volition.
Oh.
Through the door, you see what appears to be a stone library that has 20-foot high walls and 30-foot high vaulted ceiling. Covering the ceiling is a masterful fresco that depicts dark forces being imprisoned in blocks of amber by a contingent of mighty wizards. A black marble railing encloses a gold marble staircase that spirals gently down a 30-foot wide, 30-foot deep shaft to the north. Against the gray walls stand 6 10-foot tall black marble bookcases. On their shelves are hundreds of well-preserved tomes. Embroidered rugs, chairs, and lit candelabras fill the southern half of the room. You recognize this room as the library.
Wow, a library.
Is there a book that says how to kill Strahd?
I immediately start looking through the books.
Okay.
Titles.
All right. You start to look across to the spines of the books. There are no titles on the spines.
That is supremely
Interesting.
unhelpful.
Is there a numbering system like a Dewey Decimal?
You don't see anything.
What's the fattest book there? Like, what's just
Yeah, there's one
stands
that's
out?
like a tome. Like, it's like you'd pick it up and then, like,
Yes.
you grab that one?
Yeah, what is it?
Okay. You pull it out, and there's no title on the spine or the cover. There's no writing at
But-
all anywhere.
Flipping through, if I open it.
Blank pages.
Okay.
I'm going to begin ritual casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
This knowledge that you found, was it here?
The Lich is further on, but I suspect there's some sort of enchantment cast on the library. There should be an answer somewhere, but perhaps we can learn more from the Lich.
Was it the Lich that told you of the futility of the attempt to kill Strahd?
That knowledge was gained elsewhere.
We should bring one of these blank books to the Lich, see what he thinks.
Are you still counting them?
No.
Okay. So you sound different to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you all give me a couple of minutes, if we don't need to rush, I can just make sure that nothing is not visible to our eyes
No
for a
rush.
second.
No rush.
Is there is it magic that's keeping us from reading what is in these books?
I suspect it might be.
While Noggins is casting his spell, I'm going to go over and open my bag in the middle of the floor and take out my Wand of Secrets to see if I can detect any hidden trapdoors.
Okay.
Sandy.
Quite. I can read it again, the description, if you like.
Yep. You can use it how often?
I have
today?
3 charges, and I can get 1d3 back.
Right.
1d3.
Yeah, you roll a d6. 1 and 2 is 1, 3 and 4 is 2.
You just saved me a headache. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges. If a secret door or trap is within 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points to the nearest one to you.
Okay. And where do you do that in this room? You said right in the middle?
Middle of the room, because I don't want the secret door downstairs
Okay.
lighting up.
Okay. All right. And the door behind you just when it closes, and it's a seamless.
I want to be far away from that door.
Okay, so you step further into the room, closer to the staircase. You look down the staircase, and it's the room that you were in, obviously, previously. And you see broken crates down that room. Okay, so you go kind of into the middle of the room, further away from that door. You use the Wand of Secrets. How long does it take? Is it just an action?
Yeah.
Okay. With an action, while he's ritually casting, you kind of sense it, and it kind of starts to point in the direction of the west wall.
Oh, very nice. I'll
right
walk
into the center.
Towards it.
Yeah.
Do I know anything?
Towards the door that you came through.
Okay. So it's a secret door that I came through?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're all secret
So
doors.
it brings you to a wall between two of the bookcases. And it's just looks like a normal wall.
Am I witnessing this?
Yes.
You know there's a secret passage over there.
That's right, I know that there is. Do you know how to open it?
You used...
I was wondering how you got up here, because it didn't make sense that you were just standing there.
Yeah.
You would have either come up the stairs we just came up, or some other way.
The Lich actually let you through these two.
The Lich let me through.
Oh, you don't know? You don't know how to go through?
I haven't the foggiest.
Okay. I can examine the door. That's not
Investigation check with advantage because Rowan's there.
Yeah, we're friends.
So good, friends.
22.
Okay. Yeah, so you see the seams of what appears to be a secret door.
Found it, Noggins. Secret
One
door.
second, I need like a couple more minutes.
No, I already did it. Right here. Secret door.
You are a newbie at magic. I'm not. Shut up.
I'm telling you, all of your efforts, it's going to show you this door.
Let him work.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying we're going to find the same thing. That's all right.
Okay, you've completed the casting of your detect magic.
Yep.
As you kind of close your eyes and you open them again, you can see that every book is glowing.
Oh, this is overwhelming.
Some of the books are clearly magical tomes with deeper magical information, knowledge, and some are just obfuscated. Like hiding
Just like almost like-
what it is. So
Yeah. I'll go, oh, okay. Adjusting, I'm adjusting. I will like go towards some of the books that seem like they have a deeper power within them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that one, get that. Maybe that I'm too. Starlight, can you help me with that one? I'm too short.
I want to run over and try to climb. I want to try to like run over and scale the shelf to grab it.
Anyone over to get these books. I will wrestle and fight anyone.
Are we doing this? Are we doing this?
Hold on. Travas was all the way at the door doing some stuff. Let Ezmerelda get this dang book.
She can't get all the books at once.
The fat book in my hand. I will check body
Are there
check
many of these books that show deeper magic?
But only Noggins knows which ones they are.
But Noggins was pointing them out, right?
Okay, so you're pointing them out, Noggins. You're saying what colors they are and where they are. Okay, so everybody can go and get a book if they want.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all pick out different
I will
sizes, different thicknesses.
I will say this.
Yeah. What's that?
Because I know how goofy Travas can be, and just seeing him like bolt over wanting something, I'm going to intentionally point to a mundane book for Travas.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Good. All right. You don't know.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So who wants books?
I want the book.
Who's all grabbing a book? Everyone's grabbing a book. Falconer's going to grab three.
I will grab a book eventually after they. Yeah.
Okay. So everyone grabs books. Now you have books. What do you do?
I read the book.
You open it up. Blank pages.
Yeah, I want to know what. I want to know what this
No
is.
title on the front. No title on the spine. Blank pages all through.
Table of contents, index,
Nothing.
Dedication page.
Nothing.
As I mentioned, I believe there must be some sort of password or key to breaking this enchantment. Perhaps with the right spell or the right information. Perhaps the Lich will know more.
Yes, let's all bring our books to him.
Right, there is a secret door there that Noggins did a great job, but failed to mention the door.
How many books does Travas have with him at this point?
Just one. I have one.
Just one.
But it's got
How many do
nothing
I-
in it. Don't be jealous.
I'm going to use Ezmerelda's evil eye ability to cast Hold Person on him.
What?
I'm gonna take his book.
Does he get he gets a saving throw on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, roll first. I'll tell you what it is.
What do you mean?
Roll.
What do you mean roll first?
Roll.
What is the?
How much it is?
But I don't know what saving throw it is.
Yeah, no. So just tell us what you rolled.
It's.
But I don't know what
just,
the modifier.
Just roll the die.
It's a
I
17.
believe it's a wisdom. I believe it's wisdom.
Okay,
What is it?
19.
Okay, fine. I won't take it from you.
What does that evil eye look like, Ezmerelda?
But I felt you try it. That's fine.
What does it look like?
Yeah.
Esmeralda just scowls in a way that's like wow, even for her.
Yeah.
And her eyes, like the
Yeah.
scleras of her eyes, kind of glow a bright green for just a flash of a second.
Yeah. Tramas will
And then it
walk
goes
over
away.
and hand Ezmerelda the book and say, I'm not sure I like who you're becoming here. And I'll just give her the book.
Yeah.
I'll take it from him, but I'm like, that's rude. Why would you say that?
Maybe because you tried to hold person on me. And he'll just
know
go
what
over and
you're
he'll
talking
take a different book.
I don't know. I don't believe you knew what I was trying to do.
Doesn't
to
the
you,
person
sir.
know? If you fail,
you'd
No.
know it was being cast on you, I believe, but you wouldn't know the specific spell.
You wouldn't know exactly
right,
what
not
I was
but
trying
you
to do.
tried to do something not nice. Would I not know that, DM? Yeah. He knows.
Noggins looks at
It was
Roan.
effective either way. Thank you.
I go take a different book. Since that was
Noggins
a
looks at
rubbish
Roan
book
and
anyways.
says, do you know where this is a lich through that door thing?
Is it directly through that door, or is there?
There's a empty room in the middle, and then through another door, which his desk has been moved in front of it. He moved the desk aside and then let you go.
There are a couple doorways that we must pass through, but this is the one. Although I'm not sure how to open the secret door.
This isn't the door you came through either to get here.
It's not. I came through a different door to get to the lich?
No. So yeah. Well, so when you left the Lich's chamber, you came through these doors.
Okay.
To get into the Lich's chamber, you came from the hallway with those skulls.
Although when I went to the Lich's chamber originally, I came through a different pathway. There were flame skulls around, though.
We know about those. Before I forget, what is the Lich's name?
So he never told me his name.
Yeah. But if we're knocking, it would be good to be able to say we're friendly.
But I surmised from a book in the room that it might be. How is it pronounced?
Exithanter.
Elzathanter.
Exithanter.
I surmise that it might be Exithanter.
The door begins to open.
And there we go.
Oh.
Did anything change on the books with the name?
No.
Okay.
That's my
so
curious
It's not the
answer, too.
password.
No.
So the Lich doesn't know that you know its name.
He doesn't. Perhaps it's best left unsaid.
Where you saw it inscribed, it said incants of Exithanter.
Okay.
You see a room that's full of dust and cobwebs, but it's an empty 10-foot ceiling room and 10 by 5 feet. 10 by 20 feet.
So it just looks like a hidden closet behind it.
Yeah, it's like an empty room, stone walls. You walk in on the right side, and then it's just an empty room. But you know that there was another door on the left side through.
I wasn't metagaming just now. I didn't know that the Lich's name was the password to the door.
I know. You had no idea. Yeah, you had no idea.
Yeah, I just thought, oh, we know his name.
It's great. I was hoping that would happen.
So I'm going to walk up to where the secret door was and then say, Exithanter.
It begins to open. And as it opens, a room is revealed.
Ooh.
The desk in front of it, the door that opens out. So it's like,
Yeah. This 15-foot high room contains the trappings of royalty, ornate furniture, exquisite rugs and tapestries, and decorative statuary. Everywhere you look are lit candelabras atop small tables. The beauty of the decor is undone by thick dust and cobwebs. An ancient bronze-covered tome sits on a rotted divan in the corner. inscribed on its spine is a title that you can't quite read from this distance. Sitting in the center of the room is a decrepit skeleton clad in tattered robes. And as he sits there, he kind of looks up in your direction as the door opens, and you see that there are red pinpoints of light that burn in its eye sockets. And you hear him say, "Do I know you?" At this point, the books that you were carrying begin to deteriorate and basically turn to dust in your hand, like time has sped up really quickly and is eating them until it's just dust out of your hands.
Oh no.
So the books mustn't leave the library. Old man, I have returned.
He turns to you.
Yes. We were hoping, myself and the companions I just met, that you might be able to offer some wisdom about the temple.
Please come in. And as he come in like this, half of his finger kind of falls off of his bony hand, and he kind of puts it back down on the armchair, the arms of his chair.
Yeah, I'll slowly.
Every time he turns his neck, it's like, and you hear crackling, and
I'll slowly enter.
Okay.
But just
as we enter, I'm gonna quietly whisper to the room. Liches are incredibly powerful spellcasters. Well, this one appears to be extremely deteriorated. It's best we do not offend.
You should tell him to sit still. He's falling apart.
And respectful.
Right. I don't want him to.
Travas, you should probably just stay out of this one.
Okay. Travas just moves kind of around to the back of the party, back in the line.
I'm gonna walk forward to him.
And sorry, just before you do, just so you kind of get a lay of the land, the room is, as I explained, it's 30 feet on the end that you come in, and there's a desk that has clearly been moved to the right. No other doors lead out of this room. And it is, as I mentioned, but it goes 30 feet down and then rounds. It's a rounded wall at the back.
How is it lit?
Candelabras.
I wanna swing.
No, don't do that. Don't give them any ideas. They've done that already this season. All right.
Sorry, I promise I'm gonna lay low, but I'm gonna move around a little bit along the wall just to be between the shadows of the candlelight.
Okay. So you just kind of want to be in the middle.
Just want to hide a little bit.
And you kind of even the flickering of the flame, it makes you kind of twinge a bit.
Two things. One is a question. Detect magic is still on. I'm assuming a lot is pinging in this room.
Good question. Only one thing is pinging in this room. Sorry. Let me find out for a second. That is a good question, and typically one that I need to research a little bit on.
Yeah, if you need to go through, obviously, he's not going to act on it, but he's curious.
Yeah. You see the book on the divan glows, and you notice that the candelabras are magically lit.
Makes sense.
But apart from that, everything else is mundane.
Okay.
And the furniture here looks decrepit. All of it looks like if you were to touch it, it would break. It's been here a very long time.
Noggins will kind of step up a little bit. Firstly, we are not friends with Strahd, so know that. We were curious to know if there was any more information maybe about him that would be useful, because he is a big meanie and we have to deal with him somehow.
Yes. The handsome young general. Dark powers created this domain. Were born here. These entities feed on evil that he presents. Strahd, it's the darkness that sustains them.
So if he somehow is dealt with finality, they would be weakened.
He looks confused and he kind of waits. He says,
Who do we speak of?
It will continue like this, trust me. Does anyone have some sort of restorative magic that might aid our friend?
Restorative how?
Something that might help heal?
My mind is not what it used to be.
If we killed him, you could bring them back.
Oh my gosh. No.
I don't know to talk. Oh, it's just there would be a way to bring them back.
are you trying to whisper that, or are you saying that out
I'm
loud?
whispering it, but whispering it.
This man just said the word killing man lich in front of me.
I'm
Give
just.
me a deception check.
No, it's not deception. It's for reals. That would be a way.
Because you're trying to whisper.
Oh, okay.
Or performance.
Let's go with deception. That's a natural one.
Okay. Quicker than you imagine he could.
No.
My boy, I am already dead.
This would not work.
He doesn't know what he's saying. I would just disregard anything he has to say. He really doesn't speak for any of us.
But my intentions are positive.
Yes. Well, no, you're right to call him a boy.
I'm also really terrible
Yes.
at magic anything. I blew up this man's grove earlier this week.
Pay no attention to the words of a child. Do you remember anything else? Perhaps about the temple itself? Gifts that might be of greater use?
Yes. This place has gifts. Many gifts trapped inside the amber. Slivers of utter darkness no more than a few inches long. The darkness is the vestige of dead and hateful gods. Shard of pure evil with shreds of sentience and awareness. Touching the amber sarcophagus forms a telepathic link with the vestige inside. Then it offers you a choice.
I don't want to interrupt, but I did do that a couple of times already. Would a healing potion help with the breathing?
Let the man finish.
I'm trying to help him.
Wasting time.
Mage hand snack.
I can't breathe.
It's all right. It's okay. The gifts are to be shared.
All right. See, Ezmerelda.
Let the man finish.
So,
We came across one of the ember sarcophaguses, and it was broken up and crumpled to the ground.
Yes.
Do you know what that one was?
Destruction.
and he seems to kind of like trail off.
Can I do any check to know what might help restore some of his cognitive functions?
Arcana check.
6.
Not magic that you're familiar with.
Or 7.
We have been told that if Strahd died, the darkness would not leave this land. Is that true?
The Darkness is Strahd, and Strahd is the land. There is no difference.
Can Strahd be killed?
To kill Strahd is to kill the land. To kill the land is to kill Strahd.
What do you mean? Do you mean if he's... Even if we were to defeat him, would this place still exist? I don't understand.
If what the Lich is saying is true, perhaps defeating Strahd would destroy your own home.
I don't remember.
Is
That's
there?
not very good. How do we help you to remember?
I don't remember how to remember.
Is there another way?
Would one of your books help? I mean, obviously we can't bring the books here. They disintegrate.
Books, yes, I had a library once.
You still do. It's still over there, but honestly, they disintegrate when we bring them to you, and I think if we bring you there, you might disintegrate.
Boss, I cannot move. I have not moved in hundreds of years.
Okay.
Noggin steps up.
Sorry, and anybody who can cast restoration magic would know that there are spells that could potentially restore. Anybody
Which is why he's stepping up, and he says, that I am someone who can heal, but I don't think I have what I could do, though I can't do it right now because I'm pretty sleepy and I'm weak, and I haven't really brought that forward. I can restore, but not. I feel like so out of character, or like the above board. As a druid, Noggins does currently have the ability to cast some restoration, but he's old. Could I surmise I might need something a lot more than I have?
What do you have?
I have but it's not prepared right now. I can do lesser restoration, but something feels do I get that that wouldn't be enough?
You don't think so?
Greater.
And I'll say, do you have any in this space, any like scrolls or something here that I could use to help you? Because I can't do it on my own.
Yes, there was a place. I don't remember where. With scrolls. Many scrolls. Hundreds of scrolls.
In the library, maybe?
No. Well, maybe. Possibly. I don't remember.
Is there any place we have been so far that seemed like it had any scrolls or magic or things of that nature?
No.
I'll kind of turn to the others. I know I can do what needs to be done. I've seen my mom do stuff like this before, but I don't have the means to do it now. But if there's something like a scroll filled with that magic, I could cast it that way.
Maybe the place with all the scrolls is where we need to go next.
So it comes back to searching the Amber Temple.
But do we not have already what we need? Do we have to keep going?
I feel like if this individual is pretty old, and if he can be taken out of the dream he's stuck in, he might be able to help us further. And
I remember it was close to the entrance once.
Close to the entrance.
Close to the entrance. Is it hallway off the room with the statue? Maybe?
I don't remember.
Do I know that that other door leads to that leads to that entrance?
Sorry, which other door?
So you mentioned that to come into the Lich's room, I came through a different door.
Yeah.
So I would know the way back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
And you remember running through open passageways, but you don't see the passage that led out from this room that brought you in here in the first place. And you were tired and running and kind of not necessarily yourself. You know that it was somewhere kind of on the south wall of this chamber, but you don't exactly. Looking now, you don't see that there's any sort of doorway there.
Okay.
And as the door beside the desk closes, there's no doors out of this room.
There should be another doorway on the south wall.
All right. Well, seems like we find the room scrolls, which is fairly close to the entrance. We did not enter the Ember Temple through the main entrance, but we can go that way and come back with the scroll that we need. And then I think, to your point, Sterling, hearing what he has to say would probably be to our benefit, even though we could probably move along where we are right now. I think we need to figure out exactly what he knows, just in case. The south wall, you said, at the door?
The south wall.
If I look at the south wall, what do I see?
So there is the lounger, so the divan, kind of the couch kind of thing, just to the right, and then there's an open kind of corner with a torch on the east wall. But it's really the only space where you could see that there might be a door, space for a door. Give me an investigation check if you want to look closer.
Is the furniture rotten?
Yeah, it's old and rotten.
18.
Yeah, you see seams of what might be a secret door.
Do we want to rest at all before we go running around? Noggin says he's pretty tired.
I would love to. Is this the best spot? I don't know.
Well, it seemed like a very secure place, as a matter of fact.
I will turn to the Lich. You seem like you like to be lonely, but if we can help you, remember, but would you mind us taking some time in your space to have our own dreams?
Of course.
All right.
I like company.
Oh. That's good to know.
Then I say we rest here.
Right. Good idea.
Probably is
Do I
the
see
safest.
my idea.
The what? Yeah, so the book is on that divan.
Now that we're all close to the lich, do we all see it sort of clearly?
Yeah, it's very clear. And it's the one magic item that I said was in here, that Noggin saw. Incanso, like that.
I will say, Noggin's never told anybody what's magical in here, but I guess know that it's magical. Yeah.
But he had seen it when he was in here before. Not that it was
true,
magical, just that it was on the.
Gotcha. Yeah.
For my Sentry's Rest, I want to be having my eyes directly on the Lich at all times.
Okay. All right.
Right before going to sleep, I'm gonna, even though he's a helpful Lich, I'm still gonna cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay.
Just in case.
Got it.
I've seen enough undead to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ezmerelda is going to ask the Lich permission if she could take a closer look at that book, just to see what it is.
As soon as you ask, his eyes flash like a bright red, and he says,
No.
See?
Okay.
People don't like you taking their books.
Hey, I asked. And I respect that. I will back away. Backing away now, she says towards the Lich.
It's good.
And does slowly back away.
Yeah.
Still facing him.
So there's a lot of furniture kind of along the walls, but it's all deteriorating. It feels like if you touch anything in this room, it's gonna basically collapse to dust, except for this metal kind of chair that he's sitting in, in the middle of the room. So you all kind of, I'm assuming, take your bedrolls out and kind of settle in for the night.
Yeah. I put my bedroll out and I take my bag of coins and use it as a pillow. Just
Weirdo. You want to Scrooge McDuck? You want to make
Primas's idea.
Yeah, yeah.
No angels
just
in it?
Swimming through the coins. No, just a pillow.
Wherever we decide to sleep, you see I bring my sickle to my head for a moment, and I just keep it there for a second, and there's like the smallest globule of light that comes off, and I with my sickle place it in the center of where we are, and then a dome appears as I use my Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow to just give us more protection while we're here.
Okay. And what does it do exactly, just so everybody understands?
Everybody will get a +5 to stealth and perception checks while in it. It's just to make sure that we are protected, and more so if something were to come in here, I can know a lot easier.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. You all settle in for the night. And you, is there any? You guys are just gonna sleep? Is there any?
Take a little bit of a watch. Should we? Should not one of us be awake?
Well, Sterling's always alert.
He has a sentry's watch, so he's always watching.
Okay.
I spent quite some time with the Lich and nothing ever happened.
But you're a bit questionable to begin with.
I do take whatever time I can have to start attuning to that tome that I acquired.
So this is only about probably midway through the day. So you still have like another while.
We've been through a lot.
Before the evening, so you can rest for that time. You can tell me what you do in that time.
Yeah.
But you probably have another 6 hours or so until you're probably ready to sleep.
Okay. Definitely going through that book.
Okay, so let's put 6 hours towards the studying of that book. Just note that down.
When we go ahead.
Normally, before I would do a long rest, I would, as the boy Sterling, read a poem to my father, as he used to do when I was young. So, force of habit, the construct will take the book of poems out and then put it away.
Okay.
Do I notice this? Anyone notice?
I don't know if you would. It's subtle, unless you made it obvious. But
well, if anybody was looking at him, they would have seen it happen. But
yeah, I mean, you can give him a perception check if you want. But
he wasn't like my book of poems.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have announced it. Everybody's kind of rifling through their things.
As everyone, go ahead, Dimitri. Were you about to say something?
No, I was rifling through my things.
You had the face of. I'm saying okay. As everyone begins to actually go to sleep, and I begin to drift off as well, the last thing I'm going to do is look at Roan, because he really doesn't know him, and then I'm going to invoke my dark gift to go into his dream.
Okay. All right. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. All right. So you all settle in. Is there anything else anybody else wants to do?
Well, I have a new ring that I'm sort of figuring out.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to attune to that? Take the time to attune to it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's only a short rest, so you are able to attune to it. It's a ring of warmth. You can add that to your and Falfer will attune to his hand crossbow of repeating. All right. Anything else from anyone? No.
We don't need to sleep during this time, right? Like a short rest is you just got to chill out, right?
This is like a longer short rest. You can take a short rest for an hour, and then the rest of the time is just whatever you want to be doing.
Yeah, there's not much to do in this room, though, right?
So, if he looks right at me, is there any? Well, Noggins, if he's looking right at me, to use some sort of ability, do I notice anything?
No, not that. No, because he just looked in your direction.
Okay, so there's no. It's not a spell.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say if anything, it was just kind of I was just kind of looking around, and I just kind of looked at you to just.
Yeah.
You
saw him look in your direction.
But then, yeah.
Okay.
You noticed that it was a prolonged look, maybe slightly prolonged, but everyone's looking at you slightly prolonged since you've been back. Anyone else? Anything?
Not really. I'll take 2 of my wooden golden coins and I lay them on my eyes and I lay like this for a while. Then I take them off and I take my Muskoka doll out and just like walk him around on my chest, like put him away.
Teen stuff.
Yeah, he's just playing.
Teenager boring stuff.
Passing the time.
Yeah, I like it.
You're so moody. We get it. Ooh.
So you all eat and
Teenager.
drink, so we can take off some rations, which we never do.
I'm out.
And okay, and you all settle in for the evening. Noggins. As you fall asleep, you kind of before you go to sleep, you try different ways to like invoke it. You don't necessarily know how to do it, and you're like, okay, I mean, I know this is going to work. I can feel that it might work, but I don't necessarily know how. So you eventually kind of drift to sleep. And once you've drifted asleep, you find yourself in what feels like a natural chamber, which is enclosed completely with thick vines that exist all around. Almost like a hedge maze, but it creates a dome above you as well. And there are alcoves in the hedge maze. And in each one of them is each one of the party members that are close to you. So those that are closest to your consciousness. And then there are other ones that have figures in them that are the shape, but they kind of flit in and out of people that you remember. And as you kind of think about someone, it kind of like forms that person, and then it kind of goes away. And it's like this kind of undulating, wispy figure as you kind of look around and you stand inside this dome. And this dome is lit by like familiar fey-like bugs that are glowing, almost like fireflies, but all kinds of incredible colors. The one thing you notice, though, while you're in this space, is in one of the alcoves is you. And as you find yourself, as you look at yourself, it is you as your original form. But unlike the rest of them, your form is wrapped in vines. Your torso, your arms, your legs are completely encased, imprisoned. And as you look around everyone, and as you look at Travas, for example, his visage, you kind of see almost like a wispy form kind of like undulate over his head. And you feel like if you were to, you start to reach out and you see it kind of like approach you, and then you kind of take your fingers off it or take your hand away, and then it goes back, as if at any point you could just decide who to enter. You don't feel that from yourself. And in this moment, you realize that by accepting that gift, you have been given the ability to walk in others' dreams, but have lost the ability to dream yourself. What do you do?
In the form, because we also spoke that when I'm in the dream, I am my Eladrin self again. Mm-hmm. Is the form I'm looking at the Satyr self? Or it's the original, sorry.
It's the original self. But you get the feeling that you see in this dream world, in this kind of in-between world, this isn't even a dream, it's like this in-between world, that your Satyr self, your original self is what you see as yourself. Your Satyr self is just a form of this dream.
I understand. I look at that, and there's a clearly sorrow upon his face, because that's like losing your religion, almost in a way for him. Mm-hmm. But he kind of accepts that, saying, "It's our job to." Actually, he wouldn't sound like that at all. He'd say, "It's our job to navigate others I guess this is the price I pay. And he'll look for Roan's alcove.
Okay. All right. As you look towards Roan, you see that wispy, sort of undulating form above his head. And as you kind of reach out with your hands, the wisp kind of extends from your fingertips and kind of commingles with his and begins to kind of dance, and it pulls you forward until your form is pulled into his and you wake. Roan, in this time...
I believe he needs to make a saving throw, correct?
Does he?
It says they must make a saving throw.
Sure, yeah. Read me the gift that we had.
No worries.
Can't defend myself.
No.
Yep. It allows me to enter the dream of another that you've seen at least once. They need to be willing or fail a saving throw. Now, it says a number, but the question is it my own spell save DC or is it a special DC?
It would be your own spell save.
Okay, so 17. Okay. You need to,
right.
And I assume it's a wisdom save.
Okay, so at this point, what are you dreaming about this evening?
I am dreaming about my childhood.
Okay.
The dream starts with a caravan going across a great desert and many cages across each of the caravans. Each wagon holds a cage with different people, different races, and in one of the cages you see a small child, a 5-year-old child, 4 or 5 years old, with bright blue eyes and dark black hair, holding the bars.
Okay. And as you sit in this, and are you watching this from your viewpoint, or is of the child, or are you like in this dream? Are you the child, or
I am the child?
Are you looking? Dream. Okay, so yeah. you see this, and then you find yourself kind of transported to the viewpoint of this child. You hear a knock on the caravan door, and you're inside a caravan, and I'm assuming kind of it's open on either side, and you can see the other caravans with other cages, but the cage is in front, and it's stacked with a variety, like you said, of people, different ages, different races, and you hear a knock at the back of the caravan door. Do you allow that person to enter?
Am I aware? Is there...
Insight check.
Oh boy. That's an 11, but I'll use a sorcery point to give myself advantage.
Okay.
That's an 18.
Okay. With an 18, you get a sense of... actually, what does he get a sense of for intention with an 18? Noggins?
You get a sense of curiosity. You get a sense of protection. Not necessarily for him, but a sense of something almost... The best way to put it is parental, but it's not. Just something that needs to know.
Yeah. So prying a little bit and curiosity.
Yep.
Well, I know how I would react in this dream.
How do you react?
Can I see anyone beyond the cages?
No. So you can see those in the cages, but even in the cages, it's almost like blank faces. Like they're there, but you don't necessarily sense what they are unless you recall something directly from your dream of who may have been in the cages with you. But from beyond the door, you don't know who this being is, who this person is that is knocking.
I'm aware that with that 18 that it's a dream, and someone's knocking at the door.
Yeah, at this point you realize you're in a dream, and you realize that somebody who is curious is knocking on the door.
If that is the case, can I take more active control of the dream?
You can absolutely try. Give me a wisdom saving throw. But you have the ability now to let that person in, like in your current consciousness.
I won't let them in.
Okay. So give me a. Sorry, is it a wisdom save, Noggins? Okay, so give me a wisdom save.
That is a wisdom save. That is a 16. I'll go one more time with the sorcerers. Right. And the 16 is the one.
Okay. So you do not have control. So I would say at this point you can't take active control of your dream just yet. And the door opens. Noggins, who do you enter this dream as?
There is a slender, medium brown-skinned elven individual with long locked hair that starts brown but slowly transitions to a tealish green, which then further transitions into a true, like, almost lime green-esque. And that same color goes through his eyebrows. You see bright blue eyes, very cut, for lack of a better word, jaw features and along his cheekbones. Very elegant, wearing almost, what you saw Noggins wearing, actually. But this person is not a satyr.
Okay. And you see this individual enter. Mm-hmm. And what does he see? You mentioned a young boy, bright blue eyes, dark hair.
So he sees a young boy, about 4 or 5, staring up at him with bright blue eyes and dark hair. If you were to look closely, you would see the childhood form of Roan. But would he see something more?
Yeah. You tell me what he sees. This is your dream.
Yeah. So the longer you would look at me, the more silent the surroundings would become. And as you stare at me, all of a sudden I blink, and then my eyes are no longer bright blue, and you see a darkness inside them, a deep pool of darkness. And behind me, you notice the shadows in front of the child begin to raise up and flicker all across the cage, tendrils roaming across, till finally, behind Roan appears a large adult form of, made out of darkness with large wings, dark wings, and it stares back at you and blinks. Knowingly.
And he kind of takes that in and looks at it. You are a master of darkness, but I am a master of the dream. I am not here to be an enemy, but I need to know who the individual is and what their intentions are. For that is what I can do.
Are you speaking to Roan, or are you speaking to the?
Seeing the entity almost rise, my gaze goes to the entity.
Okay, I'll play the entity. The entity kind of cocks its head at you and stares, and you see a blink. And as Roan mentioned, or as David mentioned, it has these wings that kind of like, and you can almost feel like the undulation and the breeze pass as they flutter slightly. And you do notice that this creature is, and it kind of like, again, it's darkness, and it comes in and out of form almost a little bit, but you do see that it's got these long kind of pointed ears that rise off of its head, and it looks bald, but that's all you can see. And you can see these almost like eyes that pass through. So its eyes are whatever's behind it as it blinks and as it looks at you, and it does not respond.
My gaze stays on it for a second before returning back to the child.
Am I aware at this point as Roan?
Insight check. Well,
18.
Yeah. So I
know he's entered.
You know that you're in a dream. You recognize the person in the dream. I don't know if you would know that he has entered your dream willingly as himself. You just know that Noggins is in your dream. Or no, you don't even know it's Noggins, actually. Because is he dressed like Noggins?
He's dressed like Noggins.
Okay, so
but he just does not have satyr features.
Sometimes, when you dream, you see somebody, you know it's them, but they don't look like the person that you think they should. That's what this is. You see someone dressed as Noggins, so you imagine that he's just Noggins in your dream, and the way that you're seeing him is just how your dream is interpreting who Noggins is.
Okay. So if that's the case, looking up as a child in sort of a crystal clear, bright voice, I'm going to say to Noggins, "You shouldn't be here. When you stare at the darkness long enough, she stares back at you." And then from there, I'm gonna sort of rally my willpower and begin to you're gonna see blood start to and scar tissue begin to form up my arms and all over my back and neck, and I'm going to sort of grow until finally I am myself again, staring back at him. "You should go."
And you can watch it. You watch as he rises, and he stands the same size as this creature, and this creature wraps its wings around him and then disappears within him.
And right before then, I'm going to just raise my hand up and sort of gently caress the face behind me before putting it down and staring back at him. Can I surmise this is Noggins based off the clothes, or I'm not certain?
You think this is the representation of him in your dream. So it's Noggins. It's like, oh, Noggins is in my dream. But you don't necessarily know
And I'll
that
say
Noggins is
the
controlling
gift
Noggins.
specifically says I can talk directly to Roan, so I would assume that Roan knows he's talking to.
Okay, sure.
So once I'm an adult, I'm gonna say, "Stare hard enough, and it stares back. Leave, or we will have trouble."
There's light, there's darkness, and then there's where I reside. My power comes from that you cannot comprehend. And I shape that into what I need it to be shaped into.
There's light, there's darkness. I see only darkness, and within it I am home. You are inside my home. Leave now, or pay the price.
And that is where we're going to end the session for this evening. So good! Yes. Welcome back, David Shaheen. Thank you. Oh, thank you everyone for watching. We will pick that up on Monday. I'm very, very, very excited. And then how many weeks do we have left? I don't even know. It all mixes together. Let me bring up my calendar real quick. So Monday and then the finale actually in LA. So we have one more session on Monday, and then we will be live from the Champions of the Realm studio on the next Monday. That is the 6th, and I will have Noura and Omega and possibly more, and Joel and I in LA filming from that, and you guys will be joining us virtually, which is kind of a flip of the script, whatever it is. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw tonight, of course, consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon to let you know when we go live. Follow us on Twitch and all of our socials, because there's lots of things coming out about Champions of the Realm, and you can go to championsoftherealm.com to sign up for updates. Thank you, everyone. You guys have a good night. Bye!